Dean, obviously didn't play this afternoon, but how would you assess the result?
Very disappointing, really. I think first half we was quite competitive, and had some nice moments in the game. I think second half we just sort of played ourselves into trouble and got caught out too many times doing too many things that we shouldn't be doing, and paid the price against a very good team.
What was said in the dressing room after the game? Because it seemed as though the overall performance certainly didn't reflect a 5-0 defeat, but it was the mistakes which cost you.
Yeah, everyone's disappointed. I think when you play against a team that's from a high level, you want to sort of prove yourself and do the right things. And I think that the general feeling is just one of disappointment and not really showing the best that we could do. And the goals certainly are areas where we know better and should be doing it. And so it's very frustrating.
Is it simply a case of cutting out the mistakes ahead of next weekend when the league campaign gets underway?
Yeah, I think last season, as we all saw, like when we was a little bit more diligent in what we did, the results improved. We can't afford to be one down every game. We can't afford to make mistakes because the way that we play is it's very on a knife edge, and if you get it wrong, then the team are normally running through and goal. So we know that we have to improve, and we can't serve up chances like we did today because the teams are punishing.
There's been a lot of chopping and changing over the side in the last 12 months in terms of the transfers. We've heard the 7 debutants this afternoon. Is that going to take time for them to gel in?
Yeah, it will. It's a different style to most teams play, so it does take a little time for them to settle in and get used to what we try and do. I think it's they're all talented players, and they will be good players in the future. I think sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than it normally would do for someone that's been here for a while. So I think it's just a case of time, and I think today as well, Bournemouth are a really good team, and they expose your weaknesses, and maybe against our level it won't be so painful, but I think we definitely need to improve, and everyone needs to step up and do their job.
Cheers, thanks, Dave.
It's probably not the end of the world to go out of the Carabao Cup, but it's still one that stings, I suppose.
Yeah, it's game before the season starts. You want to, we know we're not going to win it, but we'd have liked to start the season with a win, and we would like to have played better than what we did. So it's disappointing. Obviously, the scoreline as well is leaves a sour sort of taste in your mouth. So it's not been great, but as you said, we look at it, we try and learn the lessons from it, and there's a lot to pick out in that, and we use that to get better.
You look at someone like Mo, he said they're cutting a lonely furrow up front there. It was a hugely frustrating afternoon for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, as you said, he's sort of in the periphery of the game, a lot of time, and not his fault really. Just we couldn't get that service into him, and I think a lot of that is probably due to Bournemouth. Their press was excellent, and they forced us in the back for a lot of time, and made us into mistakes. But I think we need to sort of look at how we deal with that, because obviously I think teams will look at this and probably try and replicate it. So we need to be better and to have ideas when that happens.
Club obviously put out a statement this morning saying that there's been sniffs around the manager. What's the thinking in the changing room at the moment? Was there anything said about that, or is it just full speed ahead?
No, obviously we was all aware. I think late last night we was aware of it. It's on social media and bookies and all that kind of stuff. So we are aware of, obviously, and then this morning obviously there was a lot of talk about it, and there's obviously a bit of a feeling around the squad sometimes when you hear these things, because obviously we love working with him, love working with the team, and we don't want it to happen, and so there's a lot of apprehension, and I don't want to make excuses, but obviously it's quite a sad change room in here.
Is it a testament to what you guys have achieved over the last 18 months with Russell in charge, that it's not just players that clubs come sniffing around, but the manager as well? Yeah,
I think it's kind of a weird, kind of incredible 18 months. The fact that we finished 13th, which is no great shakes when you look at it, and then in that time we've sold 5 or 6 players. We've had people approaching the manager now, and so we feel we're on the right path, and we're doing the right things, and obviously people come sniffing, which is the worry about it, but I think the foundations have been set, and we're on the right path. That I think people look at us and respect what we're doing and sort of trying to cherry pick, I suppose, bits of it. But hopefully the foundations will be strong enough to survive it.
Is it an extra frustration that it's come so late in the process to the start of the season? You're 7 days away from it.
Yeah, it's timing's terrible. As players, we have no control of these things, and we have to just get on with whatever circumstances present themselves. We have to get on and do our best for the club, because players come and go, managers will come and go, but the club is always the be all and end all, and it will keep on going, and we will have to, whatever happens, find a way to be better, to make the club better, to be, all that kind of stuff. So it's up to us to, whatever comes our way, to deal with it and to keep pushing forward.